What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again once again. You already know what it is, baby. Just a little bit of information that I came across, and you guys know how I am about releasing any potential travel updates unless I really know something about it, or I've heard some things, or it's starting to become a little bit more consistent. That will be the time that I bring it to you. So if I'm not the first, hey, don't shoot the messenger. It's not so much about being the first as much as it is about trying to make sure the information is as accurate as it possibly can be. So, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Edward Crandell. He sent me a email the other day about an article that he came across. This article is courtesy of Travel Daily Media. And it says that the Philippines will waive quarantine rules for fully vaccinated travelers from green countries starting November 22nd, 2021. I repeat, if you come from a green country and you are fully vaccinated, they will waive the quarantine. Basically, you will not have to sit in a singular location for what I believe is now 7 days. I think it was once 14 days. Now it is 7 days. But now, if you're fully vaxxed from a green country, they are waiving that completely. Why is this a big deal? This is a big deal because now it's starting to show a trend in the right direction. Okay? I will be the first to admit I'm still a bummer at the fact that the United States is not a green country, but you know what? We're a yellow country, so we're one step closer to becoming a green country. Let's just hope these cases get under control, and maybe in the next few months or so, we too can find ourselves as part of the green countries that can travel to the Philippines fully vaxxed without quarantine. Now, again, although this sounds great, there is one particular caveat that I must mention that you must have. Aside from a valid visa upon entry, of course, the second thing that you must have in this particular regard is a RT, what do they call it? The rapid test. You got to take a rapid test within 72 hours that show that you have a negative test result for COVID. Okay? So that is the rule. As long as you can show that you've taken a rapid test within 72 hours to travel, that shows a negative result, you too, ladies and gentlemen, if you're from a green country, will be able to travel to the Philippines. Now, I often debate with my audience about this one. I often ask questions. Again, this is something that's always clouded my judgment or basically made me think a little bit about travel and things like that. And the question that I often ask is, if I spend 2 weeks or more in a country that is considered green, does that allow me the entry from a green country, even though I am an American and I come from America, or, the United States, or I'm traveling from a country that may be a red or a yellow country? If I stay in a country for a significant period of time, we'll say 2 weeks or so, and then make the trip, does that actually constitute me traveling from a green country, even though I am not a native of that green country? I haven't really came across anything that says that we cannot do that, but I kind of feel as though there will still be some sort of restrictions, even not restrictions, but there'll be some questioning, or at least lines of questioning that will come as a result of simply because we only spent X amount of time in the country, and now we're trying to transition ourselves from that green country into the Philippines, if that is the route that we choose to go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give you this quick update. The article aforementioned will be listed in a link in the description area below. It also has the list of all of the countries that are considered to be green countries. I want to say there's quite a few on there. Can't remember the exact number, but there's quite a few countries that are constituted as green countries. And if you look on that list and you see that there is something on that list, or a place on that list that you potentially wanted to vacation in prior to a trip to the Philippines, I would say try. Can't hurt you to try. At least you get the vacation in. Prayerfully, everything goes well when you transition into the country. But then again, like I said, you got to be able to show the embassy, the Philippine embassy in the United States, that you are planning on traveling. You have to set your specific dates that you plan to actually be there, which would probably make it more ideal. You can say, okay, I plan on being there on this date, and this is the date that I need it. So that way you can, coordinate your travel plans accordingly. But if you're going to do that, and you're going to get the valid visa prior to your trip to whatever country you're going to be in before you go, one thing that I'm not a fan of, but one thing that I know you're going to have to do, is you're going to have to relinquish your passport. If you're not physically going to show up to the embassy for them to stamp it, if you are approved for the valid visa, you're gonna have to mail your passport. And I've never been a big fan of relinquishing my passport in any capacity, so that's something you definitely gotta think about as well. Again, guys, I look at this more as a step in the right direction, but I often tell you guys to proceed with caution when it comes to the rules and things that they're setting in place right now in a place like the Philippines, because it seems like those rules are changing damn near every few hours or so. So I don't want you to jump the gun, get your tickets, act like it's going to be all right, everything's all good, until it's all wrong. Okay, so give yourself time. Give this particular procedure that they're trying to go through, a process that they're trying to, transition into, give it time, see if it works. And if it works and it's something that you're ready to get into when you got some vacation time coming up, or you got time to where you can actually, spend a little bit of time overseas, then make your plans accordingly. Okay. So, this has been a good Dr. Mike TV. I hope this video finds you well, and if it did, please feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Doc would highly appreciate that one. If you love them just a little bit more, there's a heart at the bottom. Drop a couple dollars on the Good Doc's books. Highly appreciate that one. Cash App. Patreon for all of the unforeseen content. You interested in the content? Description area below. Check it out. I promise you, good shit. And also, do not forget the ebooks, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want some Good Doc merch, yes, sir, don't sleep on it. Email me. I'll make sure I take care of you. All prices include shipping. All right. And if you guys enjoyed, you already know what to do, man. It has been fun. It has been real, but it's time for the Good Doc to go and get to getting. So with that being said, the Good Doc is officially out. At least Nako, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Makita. Mabuhay. Peace.